Welcome to Microcap Explosions. This is Mariusz Skonieczny. I'm making this video to help you guys understand evaluation a little bit better, to get better at valuation. Because now that I released the videos on Voxter, I'm hearing all kinds of rules of thumbs about valuation when something is expensive or isn't expensive. And I think that if you are using just rule of thumbs without understanding the business, without understanding where it's going, you might not be doing the best service for yourself. Let me show you an example of what I mean. What I want to use here is an example of an apartment building. So you have a 10-unit apartment building. Here are the units, all 10 of them. And it's a brand new apartment building, okay? Each tenant pays you $1,000 per month in rent. So you have a total of $10,000 per month times 12 months, of course. So this is your revenue, $120,000. And this is an apartment right now that's fully occupied, fully stabilized. All the tenants are paying rent, okay? There's no problems. There's no value add, fully stabilized, no more upside. The fixed expenses are $50,000 per year, and this includes real estate taxes, insurance, and things like this. Variable expenses, they depend on the vacancy or they depend on the occupancy. So I said that $1,000 per year per unit, so that's how I got to $10,000, and I'm just making this up. So after your revenue and you subtract your expenses, your net income is $60,000, okay? An apartment building like this will sell for a PE of 20 times, okay? That's equivalent to like a cap rate of 5%. So the value of this apartment is $1.2 million, okay? It's not negotiable, that's the value. Now, let me show you if you had a chance to buy this apartment, but it wasn't fully occupied, if you had some weird rules of thumbs, how you would lose out on it. Okay, so here's the same apartment building, but now instead of 10 units occupied, you only have 1 unit occupied. Because as I said before, it's a new apartment, they just started leasing it, but 9 of them are vacant, okay? And the owner got in trouble, he has to sell, his wife died or whatever, he has to sell right now at this point. And he's saying to you, hey, I want to sell it to you for $50,000. $50,000, this whole apartment. And you look at the financials and you're like, okay, the rent is this times 12, revenue is $12,000. Well, fixed expenses are still fixed expenses because you still have to pay real estate taxes and insurance. It doesn't matter if it's fully occupied, you still have to pay them. Your variable cost now is $1,000 because it's only one of them, but your net income is negative. And you look at the financials and you're like, this is terrible. There's no way I'm buying this apartment building. It's losing money. The owner wants $50,000. No way am I paying this amount. And it doesn't have any free cash flow. And the price over revenue is 4 times. It's overvalued. I'm not buying this. You see, this would be a very big mistake because you just missed out on 24x because you could have gotten it for $50,000, fill up the other units, stabilize the property, and then sell it for $1.2 million. But no, you were using rules of thumbs. You didn't want to take the chance to understand the business model, why expenses are. You just looked at the financials and you said, net income negative? No, thank you. I'm not interested. Next scenario. Same apartment building, but now instead of having a 1 unit occupied, you had that the owner got a little further. He was able to fill up 3 units, but then again, something happened in his life. He has to sell it now. He cannot wait to fill up the rest. He's going through a divorce, whatever. He has to sell it. He says, hey, I will sell it to you for 100,000. And then you, because you have certain rules of thumbs, you look at it and you're like, revenue per month is 3,000, revenue per year is 36, 50 is still fixed, variable is 3, net income negative. No, Mr. Seller. I don't invest in something that has negative income. A price of 100,000, it's too much. You should give it to me for free, because if it's losing money, that means it's worth nothing. No, thank you. You just lost out on a 12x, because you can just rent out the rest of them, and then the net income statement will look perfect. Again, let's look at another example. Now, another scenario is that now the owner was able to rent out 5 of them. So now the revenue is 5,000 per month, 60 per year. Now fixed are 50, the same, variable are 5, but now you have net income. So now an opportunity opened up for you, because now, oh, this business is generating net income. Yeah, I'm the kind of investor. I like net income. I like free cash flow. So I'm going to be interested in this. But because I'm a value investor, I only pay 10 times net income. So I want to pay the owner 50,000. And the owner says, "Are you crazy? The price is, I will pay you, I want you to pay me 300,000. And I'm already giving you a good deal." And you're like, "Are you insane? There's no way I'm going to pay you a PE ratio of 60 and then a price to revenue of 5. I'm a value investor. I read every book on Warren Buffett, and he told me not to pay 60, and I just want to pay 10. And the owner says, "You're out of your mind." And now a price of 300,000 is a steal for a property like this. It doesn't matter that the PE ratio is 60, because you still see that you can fill up the rest of the spots. So this is very misleading. It looks like it's expensive on both, on PE and also price to revenue, but it's not. If you paid 300 for it today, rent out the rest, it's an easy 4x. But you would have missed it because you have dumb rules of thumbs that tell you and mislead you. Finally, last example. Now you have a situation where 8 of them are filled up, and it's very close to being stabilized right now. So almost all the risk is gone. Your revenue per month is this. Your revenue per year is 96. Fixed expenses are 50. Variable are 8. Your net income is 38,000. And now, at this point, because you're a value investor and you read every book on Warren Buffett, you're like, well, I still want to pay 10 times because I'm a value investor. You know, value is what I get, price is what I pay, and I don't want to pay a lot. So you offer the owner, I'll pay you 10 times net income, 380,000. And the owner says, "Are you insane? All I need to do is fill up the rest 2 spots, and this thing is worth 1.2 million. Go and get lost." So he says, the best I can do for you is $1 million. Okay, so you look at it as like, okay, $1 million based on net income. Okay, I'm paying 26 PE. You're like, okay, fine, I'll take this offer. Okay, and now you are paying 26 PE versus 60 from the prior example. But now, what's your upside? From $1 million to 1.2. So you see how these numbers are misleading? Simply using rules of thumbs is not the best way of valuing it. You have to be flexible. You have to understand the business. You have to understand where the business is going. You have to understand the growth rate. You have to understand what the business can look like down the road, 3, 4, 5 years down the road. What is the income statement going to look like? So if you're going to ask this question about Voxter, what is the revenue profile going to look like in 5 years? Could it be $2, $3 billion? And if it is, what is it going to be worth at that point? Is it going to be worth 10 billion, 2 billion, 20 billion? You see what I mean? And then at that point, you can decide, okay, if I think Voxter is going to be worth 20 billion in 5 years. Is this a good price for me to pay today? 500,000. That's for you to decide. But if you're looking at it from the point of view, I don't like it. I don't like that there's no free cash flow. I don't like it that I have to use price over revenue. You see, I think if you are so stubborn like this and you look at it like this, yeah, you're probably going to miss it. And you're going to watch it go, 10, 20, 40x, and you're going to be right on your argument, but you're going to miss on an opportunity. So anyway, this is just a video just to show you, just open up your eyes, understand what you're looking at, and then base your decisions based on that, not based on some random arbitrary number that is in your head. That's just not the best way to look at it, at least not in my opinion. Thanks for watching.